and then pull it off and show them, oh no, it's a totally different shape. You've got to get the concept overall to understand it all.
Well, and your senses are just like any other part of your body if you don't use it. If you put your arm in a sling and there's nothing wrong with it, eventually it's going to atrophy, it's going to shrivel up and die. So you have to use these things and develop them and stretch them.
Mm-hmm. Alzheimer's is like that. I worked with Alzheimer's. I find that Alzheimer's is brought on by something that to them is very traumatic. Necessarily not so for us, but to the individual. That's what starts it going. And
yeah, because it's
but I have found Alzheimer's patients, all of them, even some very young ones, some traumatic experience says, enough is enough. It was easier when I was a baby and let everybody else do it for me.
Yes.
And it's a cop-out.
That's what I found too.
It is a cop. Now, there are mind diseases, viruses and stuff, that go beyond this. But in general, it's just a cop-out. I've had one patient, a lady, in her very high 70s, very strong woman, but something happened. And I know what happened. It wasn't anything that moved me, you know, and nor anybody else that I know, but it did hurt. And
it's usually some straw that broke it.
Yeah.
They had a series of things up to there. They'd been in control. They'd always made you know. Usually these are very strong people.
Yeah.
Almost always.
And this is exactly what happened to her. She was in control, and suddenly the one that she was in control of, she was Mama Hen. She loved it. And that one had to go out of state to work for just a few months. And suddenly she had no one to control.
Right.
And she had, you know, she couldn't call her back. She wouldn't come. She needed the money for the family. So, revert, and all of a sudden, the other gal out of state started getting, boy, something's happening to Grandma here, you know. Rush home. Hey, it's worked. So gotten slobbery and everything else, and feeling good. She was reversing her age, but only, and number one, for a reason, a self reason. So she was still growing older in physical, younger in mind, and she died an old baby.
Right. Yeah. No, I've seen that quite a bit.
But I was with her, and I was handling her. And I knew I was right. Here she is for months, banging around in a wheelchair, and she liked to be in the living room.